Business people, market sellers, service providers, come close, come closer. Actually, scratch that. Let's widen the room a little bit. This is not just for business owners. This is for anyone that has something to give, that has something to offer. Anyone operating in spaces where their voice matters, work and value matters. And we're not talking about value. We're only looking at how it is recognized, communicated, and appreciated. And to understand that, we're going into the book of Genesis 18, verse 20, where Abraham had a dialogue with God about destroying the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah is a city that is deeply rooted in corruption, moral decadence, idolatry. They were doing all sort of evil, everything that is totally against the principles of God. Yes, back in the day, back in the Old Testament, they had the Ten Commandments, and the principle is you have to live by that Ten Commandments for you to be righteous. Unfortunately, they were not living in that realm. They were doing totally the opposite. So God was not happy with them. So God was consulting. It wasn't really consulting, it was a form of like communication with Abraham that he was going to destroy the city of Sodom. And Abraham, being a righteous man, and may I remind you that Abraham is valuable to God. That is why he was able to have that conversation with God. Because why would God say, and God said, should I have my plans from Abraham? And I was like, no, Abraham is my friend. I will share my plans with Abraham. Abraham, this is what I'm about to do. I'm about to destroy the city of Sodom. Their atrocities is too much. And Abraham was like, God, don't do that. There might still be righteous people living in Sodom. How would you destroy righteous people with the unrighteous people? And God was like, okay. And this is where it gets interesting. Abraham started the negotiation. God, what if we find 50 people, 50 righteous people that are still living in the Sodom? And God was like, I will not destroy. Oh, what about 45? And Abraham was reasoning God. He was like, my father, if I may I further request that if I found 40, would you, if you found 40, would you still destroy? And God was like, if I found 40, I will not. 30, I will not. 20, I will not. 10, I will not. 5, I will not. The most interesting part is, it was reasoning God, and it was persistent, and he was asking humbly, and he was doing it so smooth. And God was like, I will not. And do you know why? Abraham is a valuable man. I mean, like, he had the right standing with God. So that is why he was able to negotiate on behalf of the city of Gomorrah. Unfortunately, no one was saved except for Lot, who is Abraham's nephew. But that's not the focus. The focus of this message is negotiation. That many modern systems and structures are not inventions detached from the past. They are evolved reflections of ancient principles that still echoes till now. Yes, the old still echoes in the new. Our business model is sort of the way Abraham negotiated. Yes, the skill set is that is a skill set on its own, because how can you negotiate from 50 to 5? That's very laudable. And yeah, and just to remind you the mindfulness of God, right? That God is mindful of you, God is mindful of me. Everything we enjoy now, the systems, it didn't just happen. It's been there since the ancient times. Ancient of days has made it available since the ancient times. Yes. So this is a cue for you to also do a check-in on yourself, see where your values lies, and align, speak up, write that letter, demand for that promotion, demand for that respect in whatever situation you have. Yes, and today wraps us our conversation. I hope you had a nice time listening to me, listening to me. Yeah, and we'll see you again next time. Bye. Oh, before I go, I'd like to say a word of prayer. I pray for anyone who is undervalued or who doesn't see the value they carry inside of them, that they are appreciated, that the eyes of their understanding is open for them to see their worth and able to like demand for what is right for them. Yeah. All right. Bye. See you next time.